Hello, good morning. Welcome to Business on News Desk. Government is optimistic the new debt management strategy it is implementing will help reduce the rising public debt to appreciable levels. This is contrary to the views of some analysts and economists like Professor Peter Gov't, who says excessive bond issuance could send the country back into the highly indebted status. George Yafe tells us more.
Economist Professor Peter Gov't, for instance, had argued if the excessive borrowing is not checked, this could result in the country's cost of raising funds hit the roof.
At the moment, we are over 70%. Debt sustainability threshold, about 60, 70, some say 60% of GDP, some say 70% of GDP. We have gone beyond the threshold. So additional borrowing, in my view, is not the best way to go. And I hope this is going to be a temporary measure as a stopgap measure to raise some revenue, of course, to redeem bonds that have matured. But then there will be some left. It's not all that is maturing. There will be about 8 billion or so that will be used as we were told, as reserves. So that is certainly going to add up to our debt stock, and it's not going to augur well for us. Debt servicing is so huge. If you look at our total revenue, when you take out wages and salaries, take out debt servicing, and then the statutory payments, we are left with very little to finance capex, that is capital expenditure. So we have to rely on external sources again to finance our capital expenditures, and that is not helping the economy.
As a result of Ghana getting into that status of a highly indebted country. But government sources say the plan is to quickly stabilize the economy and force laws that will protect the public purse and ensure that government stick to the expenditure approved by Parliament for this year. The source adds that renegotiating interest being paid on bonds issued and some targeted capital expenditure to specific sectors to expand the economy could bring the debt to an appreciable levels, resulting the debt-GDP ratio reaching 70% or even below by the end of this year, from the current 73%. Joy Business understands the state is also planning to use proceeds from some cheap bonds to pay down some expensive bonds that are maturing. Government is also fast-tracking implementation of some policy measures which could help sustain the city's appreciation, a development that could help reduce the foreign debt component of the debt stock. Joy Business is even learning the recent $2.2 billion from the historic bond issuance is even have an impact on the debt stock, which stood at 122 billion Ghana cedis as of December 2016. The state is planning to set aside some 13 billion Ghana cedis as interest payments on the debt stock.
And away from that, SGSSB has officially launched its refurbished Fanofa Road branch at Kokomlimli here in Accra. This follows the bank's rebranding agenda initiated in 2016. The occasion was also a platform for officials to network with some customers of the bank and get to know their concerns. Among several products outdoor was a mobile banking service, which primarily aims at bridging banking services to the doorsteps of customers. General Manager of Retail Banking, Kweku Pineboakodua, in an interview with Joy Business, explained some of the bank's newly introduced services.
Previously, if you walk into a banking hall, you sometimes get confused as Societe Generale. Now we have a welcome desk that is manned by gentlemen and young ladies and young guys who will direct you, listen to you and direct you to the relevant place. We have a queue monitoring system where you will just go and pick a ticket, and if you're going to see the teller, it will let you know when it is your time. We have a digital corner where we have tablets that can help you access your balance without even going to a teller or going to a salesperson. You can go onto your account directly from the digital corner. We have state-of-the-art ATMs and everything that will help you be able to be served in time so that you don't have to spend too much time at the bank at the expense of your other activity. The mobile bank is something that we have introduced which we take to institutions. For instance, institutions that do not have a branch of Societe Generale close to their office. Sometimes some of these institutions, they have large numbers working on, for instance, a factory or something like that. So we come with the mobile bank, which has an ATM. So the workers, so we agree with the management of that particular institution so that on particular days in a month, we bring the mobile bank and their staff can take monies from the mobile bank and also have other banking transactions like the opening of accounts and other things like that, banking services given to them. So the mobile bank brings banking to your doorstep. We are running a loan campaign promotion for salaried workers in Ghana. If you're an existing account holder of Societe Generale who has their salary coming through, please walk into the nearest Societe Generale branch. But if you are not currently holding an account with us, but you are a salaried worker, just come and open an account, and after 1 month salary comes in, you immediately qualify upon provision of your 6 months past banking statements with your current banker.
And still in business, Ghana International Trade Fair and Finance Conference is currently underway at the Alisa Sweet Spirits Hotel in Accra. Now, the 3-day trade, freight and finance conference designed to highlight some key issues of trade and international investment in the country. Currently speaking on behalf of the Trade Minister is the Director of the Trade Ministry, Ministry of Trade and Industry. Let's have some excerpts.
So that the ultimate is to help achieve all these areas. Now, the government agenda for trade and industry is a 10-point agenda. That is industrial revitalization program. Then we have the one district, one factory. The industrial revitalization program is to help industries that are commercially viable but distressed, so that it is our duty to help identify what the challenges are, be it technical, financial, or otherwise. Then we have the development of strategic anchor industries. These are the areas of how we can transform Ghana into an industrial hub for West Africa. And this is like developing petrochemical industries because of our oil and gas find or development. We have the integrated development of industry, that is how to transform iron ore and manganese so that Ghana will become the industrial hub for West Africa. We have the industrial salt, we have the vehicle assembly, because for the vehicle assembly, the raw materials that you need is mainly aluminum and its products. And since we have manganese, we have bauxite, but we are not exploiting or processing the bauxite into alumina and into other products, because vehicle assembly, aircraft, and all those things, the raw materials that they need is aluminum. We have the development of small strategy, small and medium enterprise, the export development program. For the export development program, we want to address supply constraints, because many a time we go on exhibitions in foreign countries, and then when we get orders to supply, we cannot meet the exports, the supplies. So we now want to address the production constraints, that by developing the products so that at all times there will be supplies for our orders.
And that was a representative of the Minister of Trade and Industry delivering his keynote address at the currently ongoing International Trade and Finance Conference right here at the Swiss Spirit Alisa Hotel. We'll bring you more details on that in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Good morning.